Morning. So this video is more so for the beginning painter or painter that is just unsecure in what they're doing. Also, I'll answer the question of whether you should cut in first or roll first. I'll show you a special method. This is what I call sort of the tape, roll, and bump method. You reduce the amount of cutting in almost by 90%, which really helps. You're going to see a ton of comments from people. That's not the way that I'm a professional painter for 22 years. If you're a professional painter, what the hell are you doing watching this video? Go to work, go paint something. So I have done many renovation projects. This one we took down to basically 2x4s. I've got another one, a new rental property. We're over there painting. The professional painter, and I want you to, I'm sorry to repeat myself, I say this later, anyone can paint, but not everyone should. Jesse, who has worked for me for 3 years, great carpenter, he's a painter by trade, probably one of the best painters I've ever seen. Most professional painters don't tape, they cut in. I get it. But if you want to have a real simple, fast way to paint an interior room, this is what you want, especially if you're doing contrasting colors like I'm doing here. Here we go. This is a great little way for you as a non-professional to paint. I call this tape and bump. And the great debate is always, should you cut in first or should you roll? A lot of professionals on a large scale will roll first, and then the cutter comes in behind them. It just saves time that way. Some people cut an area and then they'll roll so the nap actually blends together. That's another way to do it. On my bump and roll method, this is why I tape. I can go up and I can bump without fear. Let me show you. I can bump that top edge, go way up, and I only have ½ inch to cut in. Same thing along these windows, look how tight I am. So my cut in is very small on this. And that's what I call my tape, bump and roll. So normally you'd have 2 to 3 inches. I'm getting in here, I have 3/4 inch here. I have just a tiny bit here because I'm not afraid of this roller actually getting onto this because I have some of the blue tape on there. Now this is actually my office upstairs. And what I'm doing, it's a mess over here. What I'm doing is I'm turning this wall into a dark green, and I have a bunch of real nice deer mounts, but you can see on my Euro mounts, it sort of disappears. If I put them against this dark green, look how nice that looks. So one other tip I'll give you is don't skimp on your paint. This is actually Sherwin-Williams. This is their most expensive paint. This is actually an exterior paint, and I think it's $78 a gallon. Buy a good quality paint, and you won't have to worry about how it looks. Of course, you want a drop cloth. I got a roller that's pretty heavily full with paint. And what I do is I just gently go up and down. I'm only going to do about 2 swipes. And then I'm going to move the roller in a different direction just to sort of change the nap. I think this is a 3/4 smooth nap. And this is a semi-gloss paint because we used it on the exterior of the house, and on exteriors I always use a semi-gloss or gloss because on exterior it stays cleaner than a flat. A lot of people use flat on interior walls or ceilings. I think the trend is to go with more of a satin color or eggshell. If you're in a bathroom, Sherwin-Williams makes a duration paint, which is mold and mildew resistant, and you want to use the duration in a bathroom. Boom. You can see how close I am up there, and I don't have to worry about getting paint on my molding. This is a TV bracket that gets hidden behind the TV, so I don't care about it. Your plugs, just put a piece of blue tape over that, and that's all you need. See how close I'm getting to this edge here because I taped it. Normally, you'd have about a 2-inch gap that you had to go back and cut in. Look at that. I mean, that's barely a 1/4 inch I have to cut in right there. it's very hard to see lines versus roller nap. It's very hard to see lines versus roller nap. And that's what we're talking about. So we're talking about a smooth line versus a roller nap. And that's why so many people will go back and they'll even use a small roller to put some nap on top of the cut-in. But when you only have this tiny little space for cut-ins, I gotta be honest, you're not gonna see it. So even in this wall here, you're just gonna go boom, look at that. Quick, boom. Have you ever seen a faster cut-in in your life? Now, one tip I will give you is I like to come in and take my tape off while my paint is not fully dry. So it's not soaking wet, but it is going to be wet on this cut-in. If you let the paint dry and you pull this tape, you run the risk of having those jagged edges. But if you pull it while it's wet, it leaves a really clean line. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Such a pretty line. Just make sure you don't drop it anywhere. Oh. And this is going to be wet paint. So we'll put it right in a trash can. The same thing up here. We're going to pull it. Ooh, wet paint. Boom. And to have some nice clean lines without having to worry about cutting in. So I spent all morning putting this back together, and I'm really happy with the way. This is a great looking office wall. So I've got a couple antique bows, and then I have black and white art, and I'm sort of scattering it all in between. But you can see I gotta fix that cord. I'm gonna actually I've got channels that I can put that cord up there. That's one of those frame TVs. But all the mounts look really fantastic up here. That wall color is just popping. I mean, man, it just looks great. Really happy with that. Anyways, that is an easy way and a confident way, because so many times when you leave that big 2-inch, you're afraid to touch the ceiling or you're afraid to touch your molding, and then you got to go back and cut it in. And what ends up happening is most of the wall has a roller nap, and then the cut-in has a brush. Now, a lot of people, as they brush, will take a small roller and put nap into that actual cut-in line. But this is easier because, like I said, because you're bumping your roller, maybe 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch is all you have to cut in, and it's just whoosh, one little swipe, and that's it. And you can't see it. Now, if I had a 2 or 3 inch gap up here, and I was using a brush, you'd definitely see the difference. You'd see a color tone difference, and you'd see a brush pattern. But because that's so small, I mean, you just can't see it. I'll even get up close here so you can tell. Like right here, I had about 1/4 of an inch to cut in, and you just can't see anything. So, real happy with it. Everything looks great. And if you don't mind, give it a thumbs up. Doc.